once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and it looks like that camera is just out of focus or something. Anyway, well, hey, we don't need to see me too much. I'll shut the camera off if I need to, but what a way to start. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, thank you to all of you who are swinging through, who have already been through, offering your greetings, your support. Happy Saturday to all of us. Blessings to everyone who's tuning in, whether you're here with me live or later. It might be just clean the camera lens. I don't know what happened, man. It was working good earlier. But we'll get it going, and we'll figure out what's going on here soon. But in the background is love. The topic today is real love. Real love is sincere, is authentic, is honest, is true. And the words from the Bible, Scripture, Romans 12. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another. That old English from the King James Version. We'll jump into more. We'll jump into more scripture a little bit later, but truly the idea is love sincerely, detest evils, and hold close to goodness in all ways that you can, because these words have been left for us from so long ago, for us to know, for a reason. And the reason is a better life. I mean, one thing I do feel that I've been learning to understand is love. And not just love, but unconditional love. And not just love and unconditional love, but compassion as well. It's something I'm still growing in. I still seem to find myself lacking in it on occasions, particularly with myself. You know, compassion, self-compassion, self-love, those are things that we need to practice and we need to grow. And I didn't start practicing compassion and self-love for a long way into my life. I mean, I was over 40 years old before I started figuring this stuff out. I'd lived kind of a I've lived a life like many others, right? Working hard, biting down when it hurts, and pushing forward through the pain, through the discomfort, just because you know it's got to get done, right? There's many of us who live life like that. And there's an honor to that. There is an honor to those who are willing to push through, to be strong. You know, I don't know if you're a troll or not, Stripe. Jack, what is your new mission statement since you're not planning to meet the president now? I don't know. I don't know. I know that I'm just going to try and be present, right? And to do the next right thing whenever the next right thing comes along. That's what I'm going to do. That's my new mission statement. Personalities alone make it hard to love others. It can make it hard, but I think that's part of the game. Because oh man, life, it can go both ways. It really is. It's a two-edged sword. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes. where I'm going with that, personalities alone, the personalities does make it challenging to love others. However, we need others. It is so imperative for us. That's why I think there's so many of us. God created so many of us because we need others. It's how we learn. It's how we grow. This always bear the truth and let those that lie fall to their devices. Words they trip themselves with. Keep it simple. That is it. Just Jack. You know, it's funny. There's a story behind Just Jack. It was a name I was given in Korea when I was part of a running club, if you can believe it or not. I would get up in the morning and go running with people, and I'd pay like $5. We'd all pay like $5 to run. And we'd run anywhere from like 5 to 12 miles, and we'd be chasing each other and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And then we get together and we drink at the end. So really it was a drinking club that had a running problem, I think. But Just Jack became my name from that. I don't know if any of this makes any sense. I probably shouldn't have done that. You know what? Let me just drop the link, man. Sometimes I can run away. And if there's others with me, sometimes it helps me keep it going. For those who do wish to join Jack today, the link is pinned to the top. I don't know how late I'm planning to run, how long I'm planning to run. I'm going to play it by ear. Is this the show today? Well, this is the live stream for today. The topic is about real love. How real love is sincere, is authentic. Authentic is honest. What is honest is true. What is true is real. You're back to real love. Real love is why we are here, sincerely. You know, and here, for those who are into the Bible, we've got the thumbnail is the King James Version, but this is the New International, Romans 12:9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. And that, I get it. But hate what is evil, cling to what is good, be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves, right? And that's something that Jesus showed. He was willing to get down, to wash the feet of others, right? To serve. He placed others above himself, even though he was the Most High. He was the perfect example for us all to know, to learn from. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving in the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. I mean, these ideas are just so simple, right? It just makes sense. Why would you not want to bless those who persecute you, right? Bless and do not curse. End the wars is what you're doing. Connecting with other human beings. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. And for us, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals onto his head. And do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Bless those who persecute you. Sounds masochistic, but it's not. It's actually masochistic. It's self-punishing to carry anger, to carry rage and resentment and unforgiveness. That's masochistic. That's certainly causing yourself pain. This, the Lord shall fight for you and you shall hold your peace. I've been trying to trust in that one, but I've been challenged. My peace, I've been finding peace, and I don't know that it is my peace, but I've been finding peace and trying to share peace. I found a lot who want to fight me for the peace, and I'm not sure what to do with that. And this, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. But the kingdom of heaven, it's not over there, it's not up there, it is here. It is within and around. And the kingdom of heaven, as it says, become as little children. So think about that. How does a little child live? I remember when I started recognizing my own practice of presence and, focus, I realized I would lose track of the things in the day. That's actually why I started journaling every day, right? Is because I want to keep track of the things that I'm doing. And I'm doing so many different things in a day that I was aware of. I wanted to keep track. So the point is, it's just like a child. You asked a child, what did you do today? What did you learn at school today? I don't know, right? Most times they don't remember. They know, but it's not there in the memory banks because they were present, right? They were there. And they know they were there, but the memory isn't quite the same. It's as we get conditioned to live in the mind, live in the memory, that's where we start remembering all the details, right? Maybe that's an oversimplification, but to live as a child, become as a little child, right? Be present, be aware, right? A child will get lost in the moment through play, through discovery, through concentration. You can do the same thing, unless you're up on your high horse and you think you got it figured out. You know exactly how everyone's going to be, and you know just what they're going to say, and you know just what you're going to do. And then you replace God, right? When you get up on your high horse and start living life with hubris and arrogance, you replace God. God is the giver of love. So you don't ever want to replace the giver of love, dude. That's just crazy talk. So be as a child, right? Be as a child, innocent and pure of toxicity, right? Innocent and pure of wrongdoing. The idea I found is truly we are here to live in the present as a child of God, trusting in God, God's grace, God's path. As I'm saying this, these words are words for me today. Hey, thank you for that. Peace is in the actions one takes when in confrontation. That's one example, but peace is also, just in the experience of the absence of confrontation. In the absence of confrontation or resistance, there is peace. And the video of Valerie, I don't know what that means. Matthew, about it's the lesson of Eve taking the apple. Yeah, that which is. This is probably very accurate. Trauma. Trauma causes us to forget the details because we'll cling to the trauma and the memories and the details surrounding the trauma, and then that creates this imprint of partial facts. I don't know. Hey, congratulations, Joseph. I think it means, among other things, to forget everything you think you know, partially. And yet, it's possibly, among other things, to forget everything you think you know. And yet, as we go through life, we learn, and that learning is for a reason. We should trust in that foundation of knowing that God has placed us with. That, at least that's the story I told myself, but it makes sense to me when I consider that God is the truth, the giver of truth, the knowing or the knower that allows the knowing to be, right? You and I get to be, and we get to be part of the knowing of life, the knowing of day, the knowing of today and right now, but God is the knower who brings it all forth. Blessings to you, Andy. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support and contributions. I actually don't have any co-host, Stripe. So unless you're believing in lies, I don't have an answer for that because I don't have. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Timing out disrespect tonight, it is perfectly appropriate. Thank you. Because today, especially, the way I've been feeling, it is what it is. But I'm not. I've admitted I am authentic with who I am and how I am, and I've not been feeling as solid. Um, my faith in God is still strong. It's just I think I've lost more faith in me and people, perhaps. But hey, I love all of you guys too. This idea of the topic, the stream title, real love. How many of you actually stop and really think about love? I hope that you do. I hope that you know love and you just appreciate the love that's with you. I really hope love is a big part of you. In my days of drinking, I probably would have said, yeah, love is part of me. But it wasn't a big part of me. It wasn't as big of a part of me as it could have been. It really is healthy to allow love to consume you, for you to consume love, to have that intimate relationship with one another. Absolute love. Now, absolute love, what does that mean? Right? My best guess on what that means is the fruits of the Holy Spirit. The fruits of the Holy Spirit present us with love. What love is patience, kindness. I don't have it pulled up anymore. It's the goodness of all things. That is why we are here, guys. We are here to discover love and to find out what love means. But the reality is, every one of us is on our own individual path. We're all swimming through this dream of time together, and yet we're all apart because no one can walk the distance for another, right? We can help each other, we can give each other a hand, we can push each other along, pull each other along, but No one can walk in your shoes but you, right? No one can live as you but you. Sometimes that can feel like a burden for many. I've felt that way, and I've been blessed. I've been blessed my whole life, and I felt like it was a burden to be me, that it was tough. Life is unfair. I was just saying that shit earlier today, talking to God about that, how unfair this life can be. And yet, compared to what? What are we going to compare it to if we're going to say that life is unfair? Self-betrayal is not love, but how do you betray that which you do not know? And most people do not know themselves, but we certainly betray ourselves, don't we? Fascinating. That's a great point. I might think on that one a little bit more. Wisdom comes from knowing, while knowledge comes from facts. Those facts can be merely subjective or objective. That is the issue of keeping it simple. Keep it subjective, firsthand. Ideally, perhaps. I think the most important thing is we want to be able to share, to actually communicate and offer what it is that we feel we know. Because if we don't explain it right, then people don't understand it right. And if people don't understand what you're trying to share, well, there's clearly disagreements. Joseph, I think there's an aspect of truth to what you're saying, but it's an unfortunate reflection of our past ways of living. In the past ways of living, love has been rare for many, but not all. Okay. What most people view love as is all basic lyrics, a set of needs and reflections we get from others. Once those needs or reflections don't look pretty, love is gone. There's been a misunderstanding of love for sure, because it's not in the reflections or the prettiness. Love is in the act of being, I would suggest. And so if you can accept that love can be found in the act of being, well, the act of being is the universe. And the universe is an action, an activity of love. I would offer that love is actually the most abundant force and power of the universe, because it is the creative force and power of the universe. But in our minds, right? Thou shalt not judge, it says, but through our minds we judge and we say, no, that is not good. That's not for me. And if it's not good or not for me, then what does that imply? It implies it's evil or it's bad. And we live in a world where people argue about, fight about thoughts on what is good or bad. Hey, thank you for that. I'm actually wanting to do better. Some of these websites, like the one I pulled up, it's so filled with ads and crap. I haven't found a good way, an efficient way that I enjoy sharing it yet, but I'm working on that, and I do hope to share more. I hope to share more positivity that I found from it, because I agree. I had such a different view of the Bible for most of my life. I had such a different view of Christianity in the churches. I always had a positive view of Jesus, though. And a true wonder about God. But I bought into the idea that I couldn't know God. I couldn't understand God. I wasn't a high priest. I wasn't a special one. There was no way for me to know God and the creator of the universe. And I was right. There was no way for me to know until I was willing to find it. And once I was willing to find evidence for the creator of the universe, the source of life and all that is, the Father that Jesus spoke of, once I was willing to look for the evidence, I couldn't stop finding it. I found explanation and observation and answer over and over and over, evidence all around. Poof, it's everywhere. I said this earlier. To understand God, go beyond your imagination, okay? Because God's beyond the mind, dude. God's totally beyond the mind. Go beyond the mind, beyond your imagination, and look beyond reality. I was going to say look at reality, but you won't see it just in the surface details of reality. Look through reality to understand how reality comes to you. How does light work? How does sound work? How does oxygen work? How do your blood cells work? How does your digestion work? How does everything work? You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. I don't know how everything works, but I just know it works. And I know that there's a power and a source and an intelligence, a divine, friggin' amazing intelligence that's behind it all. That intelligence that I can see the evidence of, right, in the reality of my body and your body and our being and the sound and the knowledge and the advancement of history through all those things, right? When you look beyond those things into what is the source of all things, that is God. So if you want to understand God, get out of your imagination, go beyond your imagination into the reality of your life. Look around. Look around and don't see the tree. See the evidence of life and nature that brings forth these beautiful leaves and roots. Fantastic, different variety of branches and vegetation. I mean, don't see the labels of things. And even when you look in the mirror, don't see the outside. See the light and the energy and the force and the power and the intelligence of all the time that took for you to be there looking in the mirror. What I found for myself when I could expand my perception and my awareness beyond just the small little patterns of my little life, it changed me. Someone said something, yeah, I did look into the abyss, found the abyss, found the abyss is me. They say don't look into the abyss too much lest the abyss becomes you. And yet when you look into you, to the depths of you and the time of you, the time that's behind you or maybe beyond you, you look into that and you get a different perception of things, man. When people come at you claiming God doesn't exist, remind them that their view of infinite regress is just as illogical. You take too many hits on the chin when you don't need to. Thank you. Appreciate that. Um, hey, thank you. I feel I've been blessed because I have found pastors who were just really inspiring, pastors and teachers that taught me to associate Jesus with love, right? Not just the blood sacrifice, but through the true compassion and fearless leadership that he demonstrated for us. I mean, that name, whether it's Jesus or Yeshua, he is the one. What is it? Yeah. I'm not familiar with it. I recognize the names, but I don't speak them much. I know the name as Jesus. Hey, Logical Spark, what is Valerie Kaur is one of my heroes. I don't know if you know that. She is, yes, dude. 3 Lessons of Revolutionary Love in a Time of Rage. Valerie Kaur. She started Revolutionary Love Project. This might be her talk that 7 years ago, maybe not. She inspired me back in 2018 from her speeches of love. Revolutionary Love Project is what she started. And here, you know what? I don't remember if I've seen this or not. So we're going to play a little bit just because I don't have a lot planned. So, Logical Spark, thank you very much. Anyone notice the TED stuff? They do the whatever. I already started it. Here, her prayer. Hey, Mitch, I think you're right. I'm overdue for offering some feedback on that. I've got a couple of guests here in the back. Joe, welcome to you.
Streams down, Jack.
What's that?
Your stream's down.
My stream is down. It's already done.
Yeah, yes. Hold on, it'll come back. Just give it some time. Yeah.
Stream unavailable. I see it. That's what. Okay. Damn it.
It was really good. I was just gonna say hi when I saw what you was talking about. Though I was like, okay, I'm gonna hop up. It's just just give it a second. It'll pop back up. This happens to everybody. Even the chat smart enough to know it's gonna pop back up.
I hope so. Thank you.
They do. They're already texting there. I'll text them. I'll tell them 1 sec.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yep. I'm gonna send you a different vid. If you want to play. Had a really good vid about the chick in the shooting. Good, Nicole Good. It was pretty clear, and you ain't got to worry about copyrights. Yeah, let me find it while we're done.
I kind of let it go.
Well, why? Let it go too long?
Well, I was looking something up. I got a photo with that lady. What is this? From Snafu. God bless Snafu. Watch this, Jack. Hodgson's son breaking real optics. Post insists Muslims are peaceful, then son of Hamas has a ruthless response. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
All right, we're back, Jack.
Are we back?
We're back. I got you on that phone. We're back.
Hey, thank you, everyone, for your patience. Joe, thank you for the encouragement and keeping me going here.
I'm on mute for 1 second, Jack.
Okay. Hey, and for those who, seriously, I am a huge, huge fan of that lady and TED Talks, right? So I encourage folks, check it out. Give it a thing for yourself. Give it a look for yourself, please. And
all right, I'll put the one up somebody in chat. If it's easier, I can text it to you if you can't snatch it out of chat. That's a breakdown of the shooting vid. Actually, it's synced from the 2 videos that everybody's watching. They sync them together, and you can see what's going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This lady was killing. TED don't like us. TED Talk don't like us discussing their shit, huh? Fuck you, TED Talk.
Well, they're tight on their production. They do a good job.
Oh man, look at you.
Hey, Meshuggah, I was considering giving you a mod back, but you don't understand This woman is all about peace. And I tell you what, that's me and her right there,
Oh
right?
wow, very good.
Um, that woman, Valerie Kaur, she her talk on love, and she started out in that video talking about the pains of birth, right?
Yeah.
Near the end, I believe it is in that talk. Near the end of it, she swings it back around, ties the conclusion, right? Not only is her son born brown at this time where it's dangerous to be brown in
Right,
America,
right.
um, but then she ties in the darkness and the pains we see in America today
Yeah.
to it's not the darkness of the crypt, it's the darkness of the womb, and it's the pains of a new world being born through us.
Ah, as opposed to the end, the crypt, it's the birthing pains.
Amen.
All right, I like that. I saw this as analogous to exactly what's going on right now. Everybody chose sides. If you don't like immigrants, your natural was fuck around and find out. She should have stayed her ass at home. Shouldn't be fucking with the police. That type of shit. If you, I don't know, you're a peaceful motherfucker like me. I don't think I asked your opinion on it, but I don't want to see no one get shot. Certainly when they're trying to flee and all of that type of shit. It seems like this shit's split down. It ain't a matter of what the video ain't got shit to do with it. If you think immigrants are crap and need to go, you think it was a good shoot. If you think people deserve the right to live and all of that bullshit, you question it. It seems split down them lines to me.
It is. I'm going to get back to that real quick, Joe.
Mhm.
I want to tell this story.
Yes.
So I saw Valerie Kaur shortly. I saw one of her TED Talks, and every time I see her, hear her, she'd bring tears to my eyes. Revolutionary love is the message she started. And the woman next to her is a Reverend Jackie. Oh, forgive me, Reverend Jackie.
Jackie.
She's an amazing woman too, out of New York City. So I knew by the time I found Valerie and I heard of the Revolutionary Love Project, I knew I wanted to do more, right? And so I reached out to her, spoke to her and someone on her team. They said, "Hey, we've got an event in New York City coming up in 2 weeks. Why don't you come and visit, and we'll see where things go." I flew
Gotcha.
myself to New York City to meet that woman and to attend this event. And what that event was, hosted by Reverend Jackie and Revolutionary Love, it was the 50-year commemoration of the loss of Dr. King.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, my first time to New York City, flew across the country, inspired by Revolutionary Love to attend an event. And I didn't even know what the event was, dude. I just flew to the city,
That's dope. I was
and
gonna ask you that. Yeah.
it was called Complete the Dream. And they
Very
had
good.
so many amazing speakers, just so many inspiring voices there. That whole weekend, it
Uh,
was amazing.
I believe it. I'm looking at you, man. I 100% believe that.
It kicked off my path. It was after I flew to DC, but for the post office. But anyway, so this
Uh,
is more recent news, right? This is
okay.
the is that what you said? The videos put
Oh,
together.
this is the video I sent. Yeah, it should be, unless I sent you the wrong vid. The two videos, the two most popular videos, stitched together because the question was, did he get ahead and was she trying to run him over and all of that shit? So this is the clearest vid they can find, broken down frame by frame, zoomed in, and synced with the other video. So this is pretty thorough.
Graphic images and language.
I
You
don't
got
hear
it.
it. There it is.
37. On Wednesday in Minneapolis, a federal agent fatally shot a motorist, 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good. Trump administration officials said these were, quote, defensive shots, fired because the officer was being run over.
And a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over.
But our analysis of bystander footage, filmed from different angles, appears to show the agent was not in the path of the victim's SUV when he fired 3 shots at close range. Here's how events unfolded. Moments before the shooting, the victim's maroon SUV is stopped in the middle of the street. Multiple unmarked federal vehicles are idling nearby. Secretary Nome alleged the motorist, quote, was blocking the officers in. Bystanders are blowing whistles and yelling at federal agents.
Go home to Texas!
Then federal vehicles start moving toward the maroon SUV, with sirens and lights blaring. A federal agent films the scene on his phone. The driver rolls forward slightly, turning left, then stops and waves for others to go ahead. 2 agents exit this silver pickup and walk toward the vehicle. Moments later, shots are fired. Let's look at the scene again more closely. This is the agent who shoots the driver. He walks around the car filming and disappears from view. Other agents pull up and order the driver to exit her vehicle. One of them grabs at the door handle and reaches inside. The SUV reverses, then turns right, apparently attempting to leave. At the same time, the agent filming crosses toward the left of the vehicle and grabs his gun. He opens fire on the motorist and continues shooting as she drives past. The moment the agent fires, he is standing here, to the left of the SUV, and the wheels are pointing to the right, away from the agent.
And he kept
This appears
shooting.
to conflict with allegations that the SUV was ramming or about to ram the officer. President Trump and others said the federal agent was hit by the SUV, often pointing to another video filmed from a different angle. And it's true that at this moment in this grainy, low-resolution footage, it does look like the agent is being struck by the SUV. But when we synchronize it with the first clip, we can see the agent is not being run over. In fact, his feet are positioned away from the SUV. The SUV crashes into a white car parked down the road. A bystander runs toward the collision. The federal agents on scene do not appear to rush to provide emergency medical care. Eventually, the agent who shot the motorist approaches the vehicle. Seconds later, he turns back around and tells his colleagues to call 911.
Shame! You shot someone! You shot someone!
Agents block several bystanders who attempt to provide medical care, including one who identifies himself as a physician.
I go check a pulse. No, back up now. I'm a physician. I don't care.
At the same time, several agents, including the agent who opened fire, get in their vehicles and drive off, apparently altering the active crime scene.
Wow. That's right. Yeah, that's pretty fucking. That's the clearest shit I've seen.
It's, yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that well, to me, this is great. I'm kind of digging it. Because this shows the divide. People who, you got one side who says that she fucked around and got what she deserved for being out there. They don't care about the fact. Doesn't matter that she was on the side or that he shot after. Their argument is she shouldn't have been causing trouble and harassing him all day. And I love this, Jack, when people reveal themselves. I'm loving it. And then, then there's the other side, which seems to be a lot less. The people who say, even if she did harass or block traffic, you can't shoot a motherfucker. I don't know. It's great to me, man. Mitch, you got an opinion, and you muted if you do.
Yeah, I got an opinion. I don't think there are sides to this. If you take the emotion and stuff like that out of it, and you just look at it from a legal stance, I'm not saying I agree with her getting shot by any means, but I'm saying the cop was did not break the law, so he'll get away. The cop will get away with it.
100%. He'll get a promotion. He'll be a hero. You saved the lives of several agents that day. We agree with that. I don't think anyone thinks that he is gonna actually get prosecuted for this.
Yeah, he'll get credited for saving the whole community.
Yes, yeah.
Quite realistically.
It's much more like that. Yeah. But that just leaves me, Mitch, to say that they just legalized murder. Because if that's me and you and we're in road rage and I had to snatch you out the car and all of that shit, you drive off and I pop you as you're driving off, I go to jail, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can set up scenarios where you can basically get away with murder for sure. I mean, that's not a new concept, to be honest.
Yeah. The cop who I'm fighting in Texas, I think they dropped it finally because I just got pulled over in Texas. I didn't have a warrant. It's been going on for a couple of years. After he's a police chief now. After I got into the court with this dude, I went and looked back, and there's a video on the internet of him and his partner. They in the same parking lot where I ran into him at. There were two guys in a stolen car, and they sit there and run plates. That's what they do. They run their plates and they run up to the car and tell them, hey, get out the car. Same thing happened. They take off. The guys shoot him back of the neck. And they got off. I read everything, the court shit, everything. He gets away with it and everything. Then they made him chief. He was the chief when he pulled me over. So this was like a year after he killed the guy. They gave him a promotion. And he shot him in the back of the neck. That's how he died.
Yeah.
The state of this nation it's sad. I don't know that it's just the government that wants to provoke civil unrest, and I think we'd have a tough time proving that, but it does work to their benefit to some degree.
Agreed.
The more civil unrest there is, the more division with the people, the more it authorizes, the more it empowers the government to become more powerful. Because clearly the people can't take care of themselves.
Yes,
right?
yes, very good, very good. Yes, the more we act out, the what is that, Dick? Please be Dick. Yes, this is a mess. Yeah, the more we act out, the more they can come in and say, we must rescue you. Look at how people are acting savage. They don't give a fuck if you're justified or not. That's what they teach you. Never yell at a cop, never say anything, because the trained monkeys, if you yell at a cop, say, hey, don't do that, will jump up to their defense and say, hey, he's doing his job. You're not a cop. What do you know? You are not to question them motherfuckers. That way, they can, I don't know, take off and do what the fuck they want to do.
Hey, Dick, you're not coming through, brother, if you're talking. Yeah. He's got something. He usually has to fix something. Hey, you said something, though, that stood out. People defend, well, they got a job to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone cares so much about the damn jobs, they lose sight of what's important.
I like it. Not just that, I'm saying that there's an all-out campaign, right? If they gave you an all-out campaign as a post office guy, you'd walk around as a god. You don't have the PR as the post office that the cops do, man. Their press is incredible. They got the president and all of them coming out immediately. She rammed them with her car. Then she tried to run over the cop, and and then the lady come out. The chick hadn't even seen a video. She just read what she was told to read. Wife Christy Nome.
Dude, yeah. So many names in this current administration, man. They just, what in the hell is going on? I mean, we're at, what's the right term? It's critical, not critical capacity, but it's critical. We're at a critical point here in the development of society. The lies that they tell, all in the name of public safety. That's absolutely right.
That's how they justified that shit. Public safety. It must. You said we can't prove it, but it's absolutely beneficial for shit to be chaotic. That guy shooting that lady it doesn't hurt them. They already bringing out 100 more agents and blah, blah. You know, that's how they get money. That's how they serve their purpose. We're a police force. We need to protect somebody. We need to do something to justify the money that we get. It works for them. Don't work for Miss Good so much. Or the kids.
Jeeves is bringing up an interesting part. I mean, because truly I'm following Jesus, and he did say when dealing with evil person, turn the other cheek, right?
No, that's not a good point. Go ahead, Jack. I'll dispute it in a minute. Go ahead.
Well, faith in God is going to determine that. But the reality is, you know, if you're following Jesus, you're not going to go put yourself in the position where you're unnecessarily in the way of evil.
Really? You think so?
Well,
Jesus literally went to the most evil places in the world. And people, he ended up dying because of that, man.
All right. Well, I guess what I was trying to think is I'm not going to do stupid shit, right?
Yeah. Yes. He also said that, Jack. He
Yeah.
said, when you're in front of those people, watch your words and stuff. Don't hasten your end. He said those things as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was wisdom, man. Wisdom is left for us.
All right. Jack, I took it easy. I should have been more honest earlier when I said the two people. It is here. This is as direct as I can be. It is those who follow man and those who follow God. If you're saying fuck around and find out, you're saying God, man is your authority. If you're saying, come on, man, we can't legally give people avenues to kill people, man, and you're probably following God's law. Law to you probably means God. Law to them means man. One follow man's, one follow God. That's what I'm trying to suss out.
I think you're right there, Joe.
One guy got me conflicted, though. He hates immigrants. He hates them, but he's a freedom fighter, right? He hates the police. But in this case, he's screaming, fuck around and find out. He hates immigrants more than he hates the cops, man. It's crazy. You know, he fails the cops and all that, but he hates immigrants more. He hates Palestinians, Mexicans, Venezuelans.
And that saddens me. I mean, I didn't grow up in church, but I'm no expert on the Bible. I'm getting better at it, though.
My man, pimp, I'm bad.
There's parts in the Bible about, you know, take care of the stranger, the man from the strange land, right?
Yes, for many have entertained angels unaware. Be kind to strangers, for many have entertained angels unaware. And it says this verse in there, someone how to treat strangers is really great. Or not strangers, visitors, people from other places, what we would call immigrants, how to treat them in particular. And it's really great. I wish I'd have saved it or something. It was probably, I don't know, I'm short or something.
Dick, you there yet? You don't know? All right.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Hey, Nemesis, your attitude here, you can just take a hike, all right? See you in the back, dummy.
I'd love to see Dick's shit because I still ain't got him figured out yet, right? It's like there's no such thing as a motherfucker who really is unbiased and all of that shit. And I've seen him fall apparently on both sides of the argument, and you know, so sometimes I think that motherfucker's a Republican, and you know, I hope he's too smart for that shit. But sometimes I think he done bought the shit. And other times I'd be like, he's the only one in a room full of idiots, you know. So I'm curious.
I think Dick just likes playing that oppositional role.
Like I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unmuted, Dick, but we can't hear you.
Still no sound.
Yeah, but that lifesaver you got on the screen there, let me see what that is. Oh my God, that's a donut earth. I think that's a donut earth. His icon is a donut earth, as opposed to a flat earth or a spherical earth.
I don't know if I ever made that connection. I think you're right.
I've been trolling my friends today with what I just told you. I'm asking them directly, what's the chick in front of the car? And I've been trolling motherfuckers since yesterday with that shit, but I've been trolling my friends with it today because that seems to be it. If you look at the video, you may argue that she was, and you'd be wrong that when he first drew his gun or whatever, he was in front of the car. But certainly by the third shot, he's 4 or 5 feet away, still shooting the gun. But anyone who avoids that, right, their emotions are involved, right? I think it's
That's you,
great.
Joe, because the legal standard for that is if the cop had probable cause to believe that that suspect was putting any officers or the public in
He's a
danger, then
he's a
he's
Fed.
justified.
He's a Fed. The
He
legal.
doesn't have to be in front. It doesn't matter if he's a federal officer or a municipal officer. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean federal shit. They're to kill if it's in imminent. If someone is in imminent danger, them or someone else. That's their
The
threshold.
legal
Of
standard
feds.
is if the officer believes there's probable cause.
Feds, not officers. Feds.
It's an officer. It's a federal officer.
Okay.
It is a Fed.
Right. Well, we looked up the feds yesterday.
And
There's this
regardless, I
imminent
mean, I can
danger.
pull up the case law for you if that's what you need.
Yeah, do that because we pulled up the
I
federal
already
shit
did
yesterday.
it for you last time you were asking for it.
I asked you about a Fed before.
Now, on OG stream, you were asking for it, and I pulled up the case law and put it in the chat.
About the feds, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's a Fed or a municipal officer. It does not matter.
Well, this guy is a Fed, and if you tell me a bunch of
matter according to the legal standard. It doesn't matter if it's a federal officer or a municipal officer.
right,
The fact that he was a Fed, I concede that he's a Fed.
yes. Well, I concede that both can kill. I do not concede that both have exactly identical laws when they can kill a motherfucker. Because a cop,
They do have the same laws. They all fall under it was a federal law, right?
Yep.
It went to the United States Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it is a federal law. It does apply to the feds. It does apply to the municipality. It does apply to any agency within this land.
I'm assuming if it applies to the Fed, it's imminent danger. However, are you gonna try it again? I see you're up here, Dick. Did you wanna? You're muted if you're trying.
Now that's just fucking strange, though, because I see that shit happens with you, Joe, where you'll come in and have an audio issue or something that seems unexplainable or whatever. I mean, that one there just muted randomly. I had to go into where you click the speaker, you right click it, and you go in, and for the output audio on my computer was just muted. So not muted in the StreamYard or on my desktop, but I had to go into it for the the microphone output.
It's weird.
And unmute that. Very weird. Yeah, that's what's funny is I was in this right-leaning conservative, so-called like Republican deal, and I was saying this is ridiculous. Like, I'm more libertarian minded than most of you people. Like, I don't want government to involve themselves in any of my business, but simultaneously that doesn't mean I'm for like shooting people just randomly, because you get a knee-jerk reaction and you can't handle your shit. If you're in that kind of position, you're going to face a bunch of tumultuous, chaotic situations. You don't just go pop off and shoot someone while you're leaning into the vehicle, leaning over it, creating a problem that you didn't need to, walking in front of the vehicle. Right. To me, it's like what Mitch said is right. Legally, they'll be held accountable. But is that right? Like, is that what the general consensus collectively of the people think? Is that this?
Yes, society has agreed to this. Tennessee v. Gardner, 1985. And Graham v. O'Connor, 1989.
Yeah, that's where I take issue. I just think that's pathetic.
That was it. Fucking Tennessee Gardner. I gotta look that shit up myself. I'll look it up another time.
I don't know.
Even if they legalize it, I'm sure they do. There are a million steps. Like a cop. Let's say I don't want to sign a ticket. He now has a series of steps. Well, I can die. He can snatch me out. He can beat me up if I resist, and or even if he's outright wrong, and I resist. You were holding your phone. No, I'm not getting out of the car. I wasn't holding my phone, and I don't have to get out the car under Pennsylvania v. Mims. That's only if you're in danger. They snatched me out, beat me up. I fight back. I die. They've got a path. If you disobey them, they always have a path to kill you. I don't think that's,
Exactly.
you should be getting killed over traffic tickets and shit. They can't chase you and put everybody's life in danger. Like he shot that lady. She could have run over anybody. Now his vehicle is a fucking bomb going down the street. It's just he put more lives. He's not trying to save shit. That's ego. How dare you disobey us? That's ego. Bitch, I'll kill you, bitch. That's
Yeah.
ego.
See,
Right.
I'm thinking long game strategy on this stuff now because I see how these people work. And so when you think about the bigger agenda of what this supports, it really just supports the robots coming in because you can make an easy argument. Hey, a robot's not going to do that. It doesn't mind if it gets hit by a car. You know, it's a much more neutral, unbiased, administrator of the law. So just
Right.
one more reason to have fucking drones in your street doing business with you. Because we can't trust our fellow brother or sister.
We should also see too that we can't trust the media, whether it be the left that's saying, "Oh my God, she was just driving down the street, just happened to get stuck in traffic." Absolute lie, and we know that. Or the right saying that her and a bunch of more people were out there attacking the officers, ramming them, and then this one crazy bitch tried to run a motherfucker, so they had to do it. And they say a lot more shit. It turns out that they shot 2 people. They were mixed with the so-and-so. I don't even know how to pronounce the gang that they're with. They had gang ties. They were paid to be there by the extreme left to cause trouble and harass the police. I mean, they making a lot of assumptions, man. You just can't accept either. You just can't at this point.
Well said. Yeah, I agree.
Jack?
I mean, I won't. It's like if I think solution oriented, I don't think we need some federal state administering any law for us. It's a communal issue. Like if people want to deal with this stuff at the base level in their community, they should do it and they should be left alone to do it. But to think
Some
that every
communities
time,
are left alone to do that, but when you fail to demonstrate that you're able to do that, and that's when the government steps in and says, "Hey, if you can't self-govern, then we'll give you some
has
government."
Minnesota shown that?
Sorry?
Has Minnesota shown that they're not able to handle their shit?
Yeah. The state of Minnesota? Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you for sending in the ICE to do this
Yeah,
job for
I'm
them?
definitely
They
not
can do?
anti-government. I mean, this place would
That's
be a
not
whole
what I
lot
asked.
worse
I'm just saying,
without
are you for
government.
sending them in there to do the job that they're sent to do?
Yeah, I think I'm against government when there's a clear display of some community self-governing. You know, there's obviously no need for government intervention then.
I'll be right back, guys.
But in general, it's not the government that's bad. People are shitty. And some of them wear the title of government employees.
Well,
But
what do
the
you think
people in
about the
general are the
primary
problem.
issue where they're saying the ICE is going in to get all the illegal immigrants and take them out? Do you think they're doing that judiciously, and do you think that needs to be done? I'm just curious your perspective.
I don't necessarily think it needs to be done, but yeah, I think they've set the legal framework to make it legal. Yeah, for sure. They're not doing it illegally. I mean, but even if they were, who the fuck are you to stop them? You know, I mean, I would say maybe the Venezuela situation was illegal. You need a break, Jack? Go ahead. Let me toss it over to Jack. He's looking a little disgruntled.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it because I've said, I'm not chasing Donald Trump. I'm not trying to change the world, so if we're not going to talk about solutions, can we get back to the topic I had scheduled regarding love, sincerity, authenticity, honesty? I mean, I guess I took it off with the Valerie Kaur video too, but I mean, we've got problems in the world. People have been treating me like an asshole because I think we can change it, because I think we can do something about it, but who wants to do something about it? I mean, I guess there's a lot of people who do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I think a lot of people want to do a lot about it. It's just you lose me personally which you're not doing today, but I mean, personally, you lose me when you feel like you got the solutions for the whole world. And so like I'm doing the best I can in my community and with my life, and that's all I can do, man.
Okay. Well, Mitch, what are the solutions that I think I have for the whole world? Did you not connect the dots to what those are?
I think you expect somebody full of hate to choose love, and it's just an unreasonable expectation. There's going to always be evil in this world. I don't think you can
Well, okay. Well,
eliminate evil.
hey, yeah. So I guess rather than answer my question, you just want to prove why my answer is wrong.
No, I'm not trying to prove you
That's
wrong.
what, that's
I
what
thought
you're.
I was answering the question.
Well, no, you're answering why your position is the way that it is. But I asked.
Yeah, I implied that with stating
Okay,
that I
I
think your
know.
goals are to save the world.
Yes, and actually, the goals that I have that people want to dismiss, it's the same things that Jesus was saying. Okay, so those who lack faith, yeah, they're going to be consumed with anger. They're going to be consumed with rage. And for people who aren't actually shown compassion or care, yeah, they're going to continue rage and anger. But I know that if people, good people, choose to unite, we can make a difference. We
I
really
agree
can.
with that, but the good is subjective because
Okay, great.
evil is good to
Great.
bad.
Evil is subjective too, Mitch. So who cares?
Evil's not really subjective. I mean,
Okay, just good is.
yeah, it is because the
Okay.
term good could be used in different ways. So,
All right, great.
like, for instance, evil would be good to bad people, right?
Yeah, like I always wonder where we align on good. To me, good would be something that it can't create debt in your name. You know, it's like, and it would have to be an at will type of situation where you willingly choose to go into that agreement if you were to be indebted somehow.
Seems the only fair way.
Yeah, I think that's where we got off, you know, and I think to start in its, initial state, they had a lot less of that. That's what made it better.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
agree.
about the man doing shit on his own, living free and not being truded upon. Now it's about the man following other people, being like everyone else, staying in line. The aspect of doing shit yourself is gone. Now you must be one of us. One of us.
Right. I mean, the same thing that caused them to do what they're doing is the same greed in us that would compel us or our progeny to do the same thing, because ultimate power ultimately corrupts. So the whole idea is, how do you not allow ultimate power to be that thing, that they can grab?
It would be, assuming the ultimate power is your government, it would be what Jack says, absolute transparency. There is no, you don't question the police. There is, everybody can go up there, request a video, so-and-so, give their opinion, come to the council meeting. And the thing where the small communities where my cops live in my community and my governor or whoever it is, so that I have to see them at Dunkin' Donuts, at the grocery store. They can't just sign a law and take away 20,000 jobs or something without seeing those people every day. Now they can buffer and insulate themselves. So there is no consequence.
Well, and how many people, if they just practically thought about that, would agree? And then in the same sentence, they would say something to try to create a liability for someone or some kind of lordship over them.
Yes.
Through their desire to have government do something to them.
For them.
Yeah,
I think
they're
that's
saying
what it
it
is. Yes, they will agree because the government is doing something for them. And this I've noticed too, especially recently. If the people are doing something you disagree with, you will give the government more authority, more leeway. For instance, let's say I don't like racism against Asians, and the government attacks me and my ethnic group, it'd be a problem. But if they was like, all Asians got to pay an extra fine, and here's the reason why, suddenly you're like, no, it makes sense, man. They got over here late. We were here first. They should have to pay more. But if it affects you, it's the most illogical shit. No, you can't see it. There's a lot of that shit, so much of that shit going on. Us versus them is behind all of this, whether it be light, white, black, dim, Republican, whatever it is, Mexican immigrant versus U.S. citizen. It works. It's so effective. It's so effective. I've been hopping on panels everywhere, and
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking at the screen.
I know, and I've been kind of put in the back for quite a while. No,
Disagree. Me and
you
dude,
disagree.
yes, we've been
You
quiet,
disagree.
and when you don't talk, we kick back in. But we've stopped
Hey,
talking
hey,
to
Joe.
three.
Tell you what, Joe, shut the fuck up and you'll hear my answer, okay? Can you do that?
No, blow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, guys, I did. I tried jumping in to redirect the conversation back to the topic. I got as far as one line, and Mitch wanted to prove why my words were wrong, and then we jumped back into this other stuff. This is not the place for just hanging out and bullshitting, Joe. If you haven't figured that out yet, please get it through your head.
I just want to make a point of clarity. I definitely don't know what you're thinking or what you know. I can only share my perspective. So if you perceive that I was trying to prove you wrong or whatever, that's not my objective. I got nothing, no dog in the fight there. So
Well,
I
I
just,
know you say that,
sometimes
but
our perspectives will disagree, and I don't see a problem with that.
I
So,
know, but you've disagreed with things that you have not tried to understand.
well, that's your opinion. I mean,
Okay,
I can only do
great,
my
great.
best to understand
Yeah,
what I can understand, but for
I know.
you to tell
Mhm.
me that I'm not trying to understand something,
Well, Mitch, it's
you wouldn't know that unless you had the perspective of God.
well, actually, I can tell because I pay attention, Mitch. I pay attention to what you say and what I say.
All right, so explain. Go ahead, articulate yourself like a big boy. Let's do this, Jack.
You know what? This attitude you're starting with is not really
Okay.
okay. Because see, this is what you don't get. Your disrespect, Mitch. Okay, I don't have to prove myself. And tell you what, Mitch, I appreciate you joining. Feel free. This isn't the place for you either, then. Okay. If you can't show some care, some sort of respect for me and what I'm trying to say, trying to do, then please don't click the link. It's as simple as that. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be a man of joy and love, trying to talk about love, trying to talk about peace. Yeah. And I've admitted the last few days I'm not feeling that great. I feel like I've been kicked in the balls. So you guys go enjoy your life. Fuck off too, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like being rude to people, but how do I get through to people that are just they're not respecting me? And what if God is saying that to all of us? What if God is saying that to humanity? How do I get through to these people? I gave them free will. They don't seem to give a shit. I mean, I know God isn't in that position because God is the one who's doing it all, but what if? What if God is waiting for mankind to pull our collective heads out of our asses, stop enabling this bullshit, oppressive militarization and enforcement and all the judges and all the courts and all the pretend contracts and regulations and codes and policies? What if mankind grew up? What if we stopped playing stupid, childish games that cost people their lives and their happiness and their joy and their freedom? What if we started treating each other like each other mattered? Like what we were doing each day mattered, like there was some sort of importance to this life that we've been given. I mean, I've been trying to figure that out, but maybe that's me. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Brothers and sisters, I feel like I don't want to end on a sour note, and I'm not on a sour note. I hope that comes through. I got disappointed, but I'm reset. I'm happy. The idea in the background, love is the answer. The topic, real love, is sincere, is authentic, is honest, is true. That which is true is real. So be with real love. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Here, I like the other interpretation better. Where'd that one go? Dang, I lost it. What was that? 12:9. Yeah, love must be sincere. I like that a little better. Hate what is evil, cling to what is good, be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves. As I say that, I guess I didn't do that. I could have done a little better job. But brothers and sisters, I feel like it is time. I'm going to wrap it up here a little bit early. Sincerely, thank you to all, especially those who were here. You shared the conversation for the others and supported me when the stream got interrupted. But brothers and sisters, thank you again. Until next time, choose love, peace for everyone, live without fear. And stay tuned. We'll see when the next time happens. Much love.